what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video. No video game review for this week, mostly because, well, it's E3, and E3 came out this week swinging, though, and, well, I won't say swinging, it was sort of, I mean, I won't say it was terrible. There were some bright spots, though, but it didn't really live up to the expectation. So I'm going to do sort of a little different. I'm going to do like a two-parter video. I'm going to be talking about basically the stuff like, you know, what some of the, like what Sony, possibly Microsoft, and a little bit of the third parties for this video. And the next one I'll do will be talking about purely on the Nintendo side of it, though. But while we get started first with the basically what was shown off, and we'll start first off with EA. And well, my takeaway from EA's conference was how to sum this up, boring. I really did not see anything that interests or I won't say anything, a whole lot of things that interest me. In fact, I probably went through maybe like an hour or maybe just a little under an hour just watching it, and then just like gave up on it because it felt like it was really just sports, FIFA, sports, Madden, sports. I mean, and again, I mean, if you are a big sports or FIFA fan, though, then this might have been the conference for you. But for me, it wasn't. They did announce a couple of things, though. We know that Star Wars Battlefront, and again, I'll have a link in the description to all the stuff, though, basically will have a story mode, which is nice, which is nice that we're going to get an actual story mode or single player content in that one. But I have to say, even with that, little iffy about Star Wars Battlefront. I mean, after all, the first game that came out for the first game of Star Wars Battlefront, unfortunately, was heavily criticized for having a lack of content, only focusing on multiplayer only, and the whole idea of they charging $60, like I said earlier, for little to no content, with a $50 season pass with little to no content. And being that it's developed by DICE, which focuses mostly on a lot of multiplayer games and treats single player as an afterthought, I'm not 100% sure about this one. So I'm going to take a wait and see approach, though. Supposedly they're promising free updates, and according to this from Destructoid, it's saying instead of being a multiplayer only title, Battlefront 2 will feature a single player campaign featuring all three eras of the Star Wars story. The Naboo mission was shown up exclusively after the trailer, and the clone troopers battling droids through the capital city. Well, we'll have to see how that plays out. Again, I'm taking a wait see approach, given EA's history, so I'm going to sort of wait on that one, though. The other stuff they announced, some new stuff, such as A Way Out, which basically is a cooperative focused story experience that may be split screen only. Basically, it's a co-op game, which, I'll be honest with you, that doesn't interest me. I'm not saying it's not going to be interested for other people. I'm sure there are other people who might like co-op games, and that's fine. I mean, if you're into that stuff, that's probably something you enjoy. But for me, I'm just never got into co-op only games. I mean, I'm big on single player only games. So, but again, that's my take from it, though. They introduced Need for Speed, a new one, basically called Need for Speed Payback. And basically some people have referred to it as the Fast and Furious without Vin Diesel in any way, so say what you will. I'll keep an eye on this one, though. I never really got into Need for Speed, but I'll at least keep an eye out on that one. Again, links are in the description. You can take a look at that one. And then BioWare introduced a new game called Anthem, though, that was shown off at Microsoft's conference, though. And supposedly it's their new IP. Despite being shown off at Microsoft's conference, from what we understand, it will be a multi-platform release, so that's nice. It's interesting, though, but I still have to wait to see more information. So we'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. But But overall, I have to say for EA's though, I still think EA's was probably not the best one, okay? Again, depends on your taste. I think it was mostly just sports titles, which some people like it, some people hate it though. One interesting spot, at least with the sports title, is that they did talk a little bit more about the Switch version of FIFA 18, which from what I've been hearing or what I've been reading though, is that it will basically be, we will get all the stuff that are in other versions. The only thing that's being taken out is the story mode, which is often referred to as the journey. Unclear whether or not the journey will be good or not though. So I'm kind of mixed on this. On one hand, it looks like EA's putting some effort into the Switch version. On the other hand, we're not getting this one mode, so kind of mixed though, but we'll have to wait and see, and we'll have to wait and see if Switch people who pick up a Switch are willing to pick up the Switch version of FIFA 18. But like I said, overall, probably not my favorite one, since again, like I said, it's mostly focused on sports, which again, if that's your thing, you'll probably like it. If not, probably not going to be exactly your cup of tea. The next one, of course, is Bethesda, which they really could not basically, I mean, after their big one at basically 2014, where they showed off freaking Doom though, last year's one, outside of the announcement of the Skyrim remake, there wasn't anything else that interests me. So they didn't show off a whole, and this one, same thing, although there were some good things though. They did show off, announced Doom, and Fallout 4 will be playable on VR, which I don't have a VR set, so that really doesn't interest me, and I'm happy with the version of Doom I have right now, and Fallout 4 at least, though. For those who are big on Elder Scrolls Online, you will get some add-ons, though. I think one of those add-ons will be Skyrim expansions in it, so if you're a big fan of the Elder Scrolls Online, that should be good for you. We now know that Quake Champion, they showed a trailer for Quake Championship. Again, I'm not a big fan of multiplayer only games, but again, that's my preference. That might be for other people, so again, if you like that, that's good. For me, it's not though. On the flip side, a couple announcements that did caught my attention that I did like though was the fact that we know that Dishonored Death of the Outsider is an add-on that they're bringing for Dishonored 2, so that's definitely nice, and it'll be out in September, so that definitely caught my attention. But the big three, though, that caught my attention big time had to be the announcement of Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, Colossus. Again, if I'm not saying that right, apologize for that though. I saw the trailer for that one. It looks freaking awesome. I liked Wolfenstein: The New Order. That was a fun game. I have respect for the Wolfenstein series. That and Doom, I would pick that over any Call of Duty game any day. I'm honest with you. I would do that. I would pick that over Call of Duty any freaking day. So the new trailer looks great, and it will be taking place in a Nazi-occupied America. So definitely, that's the one I'm looking forward to trying out. It'll be out October 27th, though, so that's definitely a good thing. We now know The Evil Within 2, they're doing a sequel, is coming out, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. It'll be out Friday the 13th. Interesting time to bring that out as well. It will hit the PC, PS4, and Xbox One platform, though. You know what? I did enjoy the first game, though. It was definitely a fun game. It definitely had a little bit of that Resident Evil 4 vibe to it, which I definitely enjoyed. One area I would say with the first one I kind of would criticize, though, is the fact that it would have been nice if they kind of eased up on the ammo scarce a little bit, though. I mean, I understand they want you, conserve your ammo and so on, and that's fine, but I just feel they kind of went little bit overboard with the scarce ammo, but again, it's my take. Outside of that, I did enjoy the game, enjoy the first one, so I am definitely looking forward to the sequel, though. This is one I'm definitely keeping an eye out for. And finally, last but not least, the one that got my attention also was the announcement of Skyrim coming to the Nintendo Switch. And what caught my attention about that is that basically, from what I understand, assuming this information is correct, is that the Switch version of Skyrim will get all the DLCs, which, good, that's definitely good. Interestingly enough, the game will actually be getting amiibo support, which is very interesting because we haven't seen a lot of third parties use the amiibos for anything. The last third party I know that did use amiibos had to be Activision, when they had, those Skylanders, and they had one of their Skylander figures where you could switch between amiibo functionality and their functionality for, when you put, the whole Toys of Life thing, though, of course, I think they abandoned that, I think, last year and so on, so. But in either case, it looks like you will be able to scan amiibos, and according to this, though, based on what the trailer showed, they showed Archer Link from Breath of the Wild will unlock a costume, weapon, and even a Zelda-themed chest, which showed a trailer of your Skyrim character holding the Master Sword and the Hyrule Shield. So that definitely is interesting, though. It will also include motion controls. I'm not sure if that's going to sit well with a lot of people, so we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with them adding motion controls, but I also hope that traditional control schemes is available for those who are not down with the motion controls, though. What we don't know, however, is whether or not there's going to be mod support. I'm kind of leaning towards there's not going to be any mod support. I think the amiibo functionality is going to make up for the mod support, though. Again, I'm not a PC gamer. I got nothing against mods. Okay, but I'm not big on mods or anything. Okay, had nothing against it. It just doesn't interest me as much. So even if they don't add mods to the Switch version of Skyrim, I won't lose sleep over it, though. The one thing that might turn some people off of buying this is that this is a 6-year-old game. I mean, keep in mind, this game came out 6 years ago, so I don't know how many people are willing to go out and buy a game that they may have beaten or played 6 years ago and play this again, though. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it might interest, those who've already beaten Breath of the Wild and may want to give this a try. I mean, a game like this, I think, could benefit for a Switch, the type of RPGs and so on. So I'm willing to give this one a try, though. Overall, personally, I know some people say Bethesda's was terrible, but I have to say, I think theirs, for what they were showing, I thought theirs was better than EA. Again, my opinion alone, but that's how I see it, though. And finally, last but not least, let me get that out here, Ubisoft and what they had to show. And some of the stuff they showed off was kind of interesting. For one thing for certain is that we're getting the South Park Fractured But Whole has not been canceled, so it looks like it's still going on. They still have aiming for an October 17th release date, so that's good. So it doesn't look like it's been canceled, so that's definitely nice. I never played the Stick of Truth, but I've heard some good things about it. I might take a look at this one, though. We now know, obviously we're getting Just Dance. Don't really care about that, though. We now know Far Cry 5's coming out, though. I might take a look at that, though, but I might take a wait and see approach with Far Cry 5, so we'll have to wait and see. Although there are some controversy with it, especially with some people upset with the setting and all. There was like that whole issue with it, saying that it gives rural America look bad and all that stuff, even with that whole change.org petition, which turned out to be a joke on 4chan, which I said in another video that even if by some miracle that was true, no way in hell Ubisoft was going to cancel that game by any chance, so it's not going to happen. But Far Cry 5 does look interesting. I might take a look at that one, though. I think so. We also know that they are doing their take, now entering the Toys for Life with Starlink Battle for Atlas, which has been announced, though. Basically, it's come to the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch in 2018. Based on the trailer, it's basically you hook some stuff up. It's a whole Toy for Life idea. There's a trailer linked in the description. You could check out the articles yourself. These are all from Destructoid, so you could read and see what they've posted, though. I'm not sure about this one, though. It seems like Disney abandoned the Toys for Life, and Activision has a little bit with Skyrim, so I don't see how this one is going to work, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be out fall of next year, of 2018, so that gives some time to see if it clicks with consumers or not. Of course, the two big announcements for me, though, and would be the first one is Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually happening. Apparently Ubisoft listened, and we are actually getting a Beyond Good and Evil. From what I understand, however, there hasn't been any platforms been announced yet, though. Many suspect it'll be coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Many believe that the rumors of it being originally there was rumors going around that it would be a Switch exclusive. That turned out not be the case. There were reports claiming that it's not coming to the Switch. However, supposedly a Twitter response from Ubisoft Spain said that it is, to comments that they wanted to develop it that it could be on multiple platforms. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, the only thing they announced is a little bit of a teaser trailer for it, though. But it seems as though Beyond Good... Oh, sorry, Rocky. No, my cat's under... Oh, jeez. Okay. Cat's under my chair, though. So, basically, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is actually happening, folks. So, it's real. It's real. And that's probably was the biggest announcement from Ubisoft. And last but not least, the one rumor that obviously all of us knew was becoming more and more true, and it isn't surprising, is the Mario Rabbids crossover game is happening. They showed it off at E3. It's basically, and I have to say, some of the gameplay they showed, that some people are getting sort of an XCOM vibe to it. I've heard about that, which, based on some of the gameplay footage, yes, it is. And, I'm willing to give it a try. I mean, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm willing to try this one out. I mean, I understand not everyone likes the rabbits and all that stuff, and let's be honest, the rabbits have been in a whole bunch of mini games that have, well, basically suck. Except for one rabbit game, except for one. And that would be Rabbids Go Home from 2009 on the Nintendo Wii. That was probably, in my opinion, the only good rabbit game that has come out. But other than that, I haven't really touched any of the Rabbids games. And this one I might give a try, though. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm willing to try it out. I know some people won't. Some people have their doubts about it. But for me, it's worth a try. So, but overall, some good announcements from Ubisoft, though. So, from the three big third parties that were announced, I have to say, Ubisoft probably is, from the big three, from Bethesda, between Bethesda, EA, and Ubisoft, I have to go with Ubisoft being at number 1, Bethesda being at number 2, and EA being at number 3, though. So, that's how I would look at it, though. I didn't think, like I said, I didn't think Bethesda's was bad, but again, that's my opinion, so on. Okay, that was a long talk, though. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, I will talk to you about Microsoft and Sony's E3 and my thoughts about it. So we'll take a little bit of a break, and we will be right back. All right, where is it? Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video. For this one, we're going to be talking about a little bit of Microsoft's E3, what they showed, or at least at their press conference, even though I don't have an Xbox One or anything like that, and what I thought about the PS4. And the Xbox One X or anything like that, let me move this over here. I kind of have a little bit of mixed feelings about what they announced, though. We now know that what was once called Scorpio is now called the Xbox One X. I'm not too sure about calling it that in its own way. I just feel by calling it the Xbox One X, it kind of opens itself up to the kind of situation we saw. Let me mark this out right here. Kind of situation we saw with the Wii U, where Nintendo called it the Wii U, hoping like the name itself would sell it. Instead, we got a situation where basically people were pretty much confused, wondering, was this an add-on? Was this a new system? What was exactly? So I'm not 100% sure about the name itself, nor am I 100% sure about the price point, which, according to what we've understand, it's basically the report is that it's going to be $500, which, again, it's certainly more expensive than what the Switch was when that was announced, though. People were flipping out over the fact that was like $300. This, I'm not 100% sure, though. And some of the games they announced, though, like Metro Exodus, the Metro series, which is obviously, even though they showed it off, though, supposedly I wouldn't be surprised if the game comes to the PS4 as well. It's obviously going to become Windows 10. Assassin's Creed Origins, obviously that's coming to the PS4. Let's see, Minecraft, which basically they announced, which surprisingly they announced this, which would be unifying nearly all the versions across all platforms in terms of the cross-platform, except for Sony. And I have to say, this is probably the one area that I would criticize Sony on, though, okay? I know Minecraft may not be for everyone, same with Rocket League, but I do think it's a dumb decision, at least on Sony's part, to not allow the cross-platform. I think it's a ridiculous argument. I think the argument they made sounds stupid in my opinion, but again, that's my take on it, though. That's probably one areas I will criticize Sony, that and their decision of not allowing EA access. Again, I agree EA access may not be for everybody, though, but still, I think the option should at least be available for that one, though. But other than that, though, we also have Cuphead. This has sort of been exclusive for the Xbox, but this one basically has been around from different like E3s, and it's sort of become the butt of jokes of will we ever see the light of day and all. But apparently it seems as though it's coming. Basically it's on September 29th, so certainly is nice for that one. But it says over 30 Xbox One games will have 4K update. There is some back and forth on that, though, whether or not that's accurate or anything like that. We've also saw basically, BioWare show some of their gameplay of Anthem, which I mentioned earlier. That's coming to the PS4 as well. So, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I wish them luck, don't get me wrong. Even though I only own a Switch and a PS4, I wish them luck, though. I really do. But the name and the price point is going to be the hard sell. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But I'm not confident in it. I mean, hell, some of the folks who I know who work at GameStop that I'm good friends with, some of them are not confident. Even one customer behind me said that he doesn't think it's worth it since he has like a PS4 and a PC, so there's no reason to pick up an Xbox One. Again, that's that person's opinion, though, not my opinion. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But still, we'll have to I'm not sure if this one's going to work or not. But I could be wrong, and they could actually have learned their lessons from the whole Xbox One debacle. But I just don't like the name. I just think they should have gone with a different name, like how Nintendo did when after the Wii U failed. They went with the Switch. They actually went with the Switch. So we'll have to wait and see, but not too much confidence in that one. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So, and now finally, last but not least, we'll be looking at Sony's and what they had to say. And again, hit and miss though. It's not that everything was bad at Sony's E3 camp, but I just think not all of it was, say, a home run hit as they would have liked it to be. We now know, but there were some things I did like. The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is coming. I'm looking forward to that one when it comes out on June 30th. Horizon Zero Dawn is getting its own story expansion, which doesn't really surprise me considering how successful that game was when it launched though. Days Gone definitely looks interesting, this open world zombie apocalypse type of a game, so that's definitely worth your attention though. Let's see what else. The other one is Spider-Man. I like the fact that they're taking sort of an approach that looks similar to Arkham Asylum. That definitely looks good. And of course, God of War definitely is on my radar as well. So that one definitely is looking. That one's definitely looking good. And I know some may kind of disagree with me on this, but I'm actually looking forward to the sequel to Knack. Now I know Knack may not be everyone's cup of tea, not everyone liked the game and everything, but I didn't hate it though. It wasn't perfect, I'll admit, it was not a perfect title, but it wasn't an awful title as many of them sort of took it out as. So, but I do think that they could have fleshed out the story a little bit though, so that would have been nice. Overall, it wasn't terrible. I mean, we were getting Shadow of Colossus remake and Monster Hunter World and all. So to me, it wasn't a terrible E3 for Sony, but it wasn't the 1-2 punch or the all-aspiring that it was for the last two E3. They really didn't deliver on that though. So they had exclusives, some that interest me though, but again, it's not that good. It's just to say it wasn't blow you away. It wasn't terrible, it just blew you away. Overall, some hit and miss for some people from Bethesda, EA, and Ubisoft. Sony's not terrible, but nothing bad. Microsoft, I'm not 100% sure, but I have to say, as far as those goes, I think Ubisoft probably came out the winner mostly because of the announcement of Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think that's what really helped them, though. So, overall, again, those were okay. Again, not terrible, but nothing mind-blowing for a lot of people. And I can understand why some people were disappointed at this year's E3, though. Okay, this concludes this video for my thoughts on E3. The next one I'll be doing is about Nintendo. I'll be saving that one for a little bit later. And again, or when I do another one. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts of EA's, Bethesda's, and Ubisoft's E3 presentation? Were you pleased with what they showed? Were you not pleased? Did you like what they announced? Did you not like what they announced? What are your thoughts about Sony and Microsoft? Were you happy with what they showed? Were you not happy? Are you okay with Microsoft calling the Scorpio now the Xbox One X? Or are you not happy with that? Is $500 okay? Is $500 not okay? What about Sony? Did you like what, like I said, did you like what they showed? Did you not like what they showed? Do you agree with me on this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a different opinion? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope you hit that like button, though. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and also feel free to donate. Feel free to donate to this channel if you like. You could do it either through PayPal me or Patreon if you want to, and that's that. The second part of our video will come. I'll get to that one, and that will be on Nintendo. We'll be doing that one soon, and I will say this concludes this first part of my thoughts on E3. It's evening here in Southern California, so I'll be getting ready for bed soon, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day then. Bye!